team. Watch out, the dog is coming. Y'all niggas better start to running.
Somebody about to get
yo, what's up, man? What's up? What's going on?
Oh man, what's happening, boy? What's happening with you, JK? With your Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey, yo, your Lions put up a valiant fight. You know, it looked like they was gonna come back, but hey, man, you know, it is what it is. I didn't think we were gonna win either. So, you know, hey.
Oh, what happened?
Well, you know, I just looking at the record. I mean, you know, if you look at Buffalo on paper and you look at the Steelers on paper, then you know,
Shout out to Promotions while I can real quick. Shout out to Sleater Promotions, who's promoting Clarissa Shields. And
yes. Well, yeah, and it's been a little while since you know, we had Mr. Salita on the show too. So I'm glad to see that you know, Salita Promotions is watching, and you know, maybe we can get them back on the show at some time too.
Yeah, of course. We got to they got a you know, Jaquan, he about to be fighting. Yeah, he's fighting on Showtime September 24th. So definitely y'all tune in. He's a beast too. He's a beast. Definitely probably the best fighter we got that's pro out of Michigan.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. He probably get a lot of practice down there in Ohio with my guys, you know. So
beating them boys up. Yeah, we get a lot of practice.
But you know the thing. But you gotta go to Ohio to find somebody to beat up. I mean, you know,
absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
You know, in other words, them boys up there in Michigan, you know, must not, you know. Hey, you know, I think y'all need to open up Kronk again. Do you see Miss Shields or Jabron in the queue?
Yeah, we about to add him in the queue right now. Jabron. Yeah, he's definitely from Detroit. Shout out to Sleater Promotions again. And
Jaquan.
We already know.
What's up, Professor? What's going on? Do you remember the Professor K9 from when we first started out on Sundays?
The Professor.
I used to always pick on you about you messing with that KFC.
So we see each other.
Yeah. How's it going, champ? And how's your son coming along?
Man, listen, he want all the smoke. He been doing real good. So he fights this Saturday. So this Saturday, definitely he is doing the stizzle. Detroit versus Atlanta. Hope you ain't from Atlanta because you're gonna be upset.
No, not from Atlanta, but it seems that they're getting a nice little boxing buzz down there, you know, with Tank residing out of there now, and then they're putting on a lot of different shows. We just had I want to say, was it Mickey Bay just put on an event down there also in Atlanta. His promotion is really blowing up, and I'm happy that the sport is going to different markets besides just New York, California, and Vegas. You know.
Yeah. So the promotion says, "Shoot, we need to bring big time boxing back to Detroit," and I agree. We got to bring it back. Boy, especially that the pandemic done kind of slowed up. Did y'all see it? Did y'all see that Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford finna fight?
Yes.
I think about that. Oh, before we ask what we think about that, we have our other guest who's in the queue. She's like the police from Detroit. She's late, but she's in the queue.
Hi guys.
Hey, you know, this is kind of a reunion here between Melissa and
absolutely. Jabron, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So let's start with some ladies boxing here, and I think it's Katie Taylor. Just had an amazing bout. Melissa, fill us in on what's going on? Amanda Serrano next. What's happening there with women's boxing?
Well, there's a lot. There's certainly a lot heating up. There's some very, very big fights, as you said. Katie Taylor just had a bout last week. She fought Jennifer Hahn, who is an American fighter out of Houston from a big boxing family. She came up in weight to the lightweight division to face Katie Taylor, and even though she's only had she had one tune-up fight earlier in the year. And prior to that, hadn't fought in 4 years, and has had a child in between. She did pretty well, considering. But, Katie Taylor's Katie Taylor. She's the undisputed lightweight champion, so she did exceptionally well. Although, Han exposed some issues for Katie Taylor. She's an experienced fighter, as I said. So she, when she was in trouble, she was doing a lot of grabbing, and Katie Taylor still needs to kind of work that out a little bit. Amanda Serrano, who, everyone I'll add that Katie Taylor is either ranked 1 or 2 on everybody's top 10 pound for pound in the women's side. It's either Clarissa Shields who's first or Katie Taylor is first. Right a half step behind them is Amanda Serrano. She is chasing Christy Martin's record of knockouts at 32 with 30 knockouts. And she herself had a fight on August 29th on the Jake Paul card. Probably the only legitimate fight on the card. She also fought a champion, Jamel Mercado, although, again, she also was coming up in weight to fight her Amanda Serrano at featherweight. And hung tough. She stayed in for 10 rounds. She didn't really win many rounds, but she really hung on. And, there was a little bit of controversy with that fight. Serrano is managed and has her trainer in the corner, a guy by the name of Jordan Maldonado, who is her sister, Cindy Serrano's husband. And he is known as a quick temper kind of guy, very aggressive in the ring, and really came after the opposing team, even during the fight. It's the kind of thing where if the crew in Ohio had been a little more experienced, they'd have tossed him, which is what happened in Serrano's last fight when she was in Puerto Rico. They said, no, we don't put up with this kind of bullying nonsense. So Jamel Mercado is a 23-year-old Mexican fighter, 18-2 record, so really quite accomplished, but had not certainly fought the kind of fighter in the league of Serrano, but hung tough. And I think what it felt like was Maldonado really wanted Serrano to get the KO, and she didn't. And he was expressing his frustration by going after Mercado in her corner, but it kind of crossed the line. And then he even chased after her when she was on her way to an ambulance to the hospital. She got a fairly bad cut in the 9th round from a shot. And so that was a little bit distasteful. And even the Ring came out with an article to say, yeah, this was really great, but, what's going on with Amanda Serrano's corner. That having been said, Serrano and Taylor's super fight, which has been talked about for the last 2 years, really is heating up. And it looks like there's a lot of momentum to get a fight between them, possibly in New York City at Madison Square Garden in the spring. We'll see how that really flies. And interestingly, Serrano has now developed a relationship with Jake Paul, where he is now, gone from, hey, I'm a boxer, 4-0, to I retire, to I'm a promoter now. We can talk about all of that. I don't know if you guys talked about Triller Trash yet, but anyway.
I think Jake Paul's just a little thirsty there, but You know,
Yeah. So anyway,
that's cribbing after dark. We won't.
Exactly. But he's saying, "Hey, I'm going to be your promoter," and he's now in the mix of trying to promote a fight and working with Eddie Hearn at Matchroom, who manages Katie Taylor, to try to get this thing done. And that was kind of shocking. At first, when this came out with ESPN, on social media, people were like, "What? What kind of nonsense is this?" But Serrano just retweeted it to say, "Yeah, we're talking." So that was kind of an interesting development over the last 24 hours. Sort of in the same way, I think when I came on, you were starting to talk about Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford.
I think that Serrano, she definitely should let Jake Paul promote her. He gave her her biggest payday thus far. I heard he gave her $500,000. Let me rewind that. He gave her his own check, $500,000.
Yeah, and that's probably one of the biggest paydays any female boxer has ever had in the history of the dang sport.
The biggest payday. Or the PD.
Exactly. And I will tell you the opposite side, which is we also had tragedy in boxing. We had a young Mexican fighter who died. Her name is
18 years old, I believe.
18 years old. Jeanette Zacharias Zapata, 18 years old, 2-4 fighter. Now, here's the thing. She was brought up from Mexico to fight in Quebec for $1,435 Canadian.
Wow.
Okay. She died in the ring, from directly from being in the ring, and she was paid for $1,435.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's just so tragic all the way around. There's Chris Benedict has a really fabulous piece in The Grueling Truth that came out today called Requiem for a Welterweight, Jeanette Zacharias Zapata. It's a heartbreaking article. I really urge everyone to give it a read. It really goes very, very deeply into all of the ins and outs of what's happening, how she came into boxing, her relationship with her family and boxing, and a lot of, and how she ended up in Quebec at the wrong end of a series of punches at the end of the round that saw her collapse and go into a coma that she never came out.
Sad.
It is sad.
Jabron, I fell asleep over there.
No. I'm just listening. I'm listening to Melissa. She always come and drop that knowledge and educate us on the women boxing. I like to give her the floor.
No, please don't jump in. It's so nice to see you. We sometimes, say hey on Facebook, but that's about it. So it's good to see you.
I thought he actually got froze. Sometimes it freezes up on a live stream. I thought he was just froze because his mouth wouldn't move. He was like,
So, Jabron, you got some a little catching up to do with Melissa there, and talk about a little women's boxing. I know you follow women's boxing pretty close too.
Actually, as of late, I haven't been following. But
the stream doing
refresh your screen, Jabron. Let's see if we can do that. Go out and come back in.
Yeah. Because you're doing a computer love.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I was sitting there waiting, and it had frozen, and you guys couldn't see me.
Okay, yeah.
Waiting from 5 to 9. Anyway, I'll keep going with women's boxing. There's good stuff coming up. Well, Clarissa Shields, she jumped to MMA. Hey, you're back. I was just saying, Clarissa Shields had jumped to MMA, so she could get some paydays.
Right.
She has another fight coming up also.
Yeah, on October 27th, her second MMA fight. She's back in training, back in camp, and she's like, well, that's the only way I'm going to get $1 million these days. But the other thing she did is she and her promotional team signed on with Sky Sports in UK. And that's, good move, honey, because that's where the action is in women's boxing right now, is out of UK. And Savannah Marshall, who's the other middleweight and the only woman who ever defeated her back in the amateurs, the trials for the Olympics. She's also Sky Sports. So that's another big mega fight that could fill a stadium and could be the main event, in the same way that a Serrano Taylor fight in Madison Square Garden. I mean, the dream day is St. Patty's Day, which is traditional in New York City on Madison Square Garden for a Puerto Rican fighter to fight an Irish fighter, right?
Yeah.
Ron knows, he's shaking his head. That would be cool.
Shields is doing so good in the sport of boxing and in MMA, because for you to go into a whole nother career and in a combat sports and do what she's doing, she has a chance to retire before she turns 30, because she had already won all the belts. She's looked at as not only the pound for pound best fighter in the world when it comes to women's boxing. She's looked at as probably the greatest boxing female of all time. So she can make her some millions, fight and revenge a loss she had with the amateur. Savannah. So what's her name again?
Savannah Marshall. Yeah.
Savannah Marshall. Yeah. And man, she can retire. She can look, because she in love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Have some kids and call it a day.
No, you are absolutely right. And that is her aim, because she's like, and the thing, to her credit, and I give her tremendous props. Number one, when you see Clarissa in any show that she's in, she always has blue in her hair. That is for the people of Flint and the water they still don't have. So, she's all about that. It's not just that she's boxing. She is representing. She is representing herself as a working class gal coming out of Flint, Michigan, and she never forgot where she came from. And she goes home.
Yeah.
She does what she can. And God knows how many people she supports on what she earns now, right?
Yeah.
She represents as a Black woman, and I'm talking a real Black woman, right? From Flint. She doesn't. She's who she is, and that takes a lot of courage to do.
Yeah, you're right. And she'll whoop your butt outside the ring. People be talking.
And she'll kick your butt. Yeah.
You ready to go in?
I'm telling you. But when she won the first gold medal in 2012, there was sort of the thought like, oh wow, this is her ticket to ride. She got nothing.
Yeah.
Because the world wasn't ready for her, and they weren't ready for her being Clarissa. Yeah. They wanted her to be something else. And she was not going to do that. And then when she won again in 2016, the world had changed somewhat. Things were changing, and then she could be herself. And what she has achieved, just to be on Showtime and be a main event card on Showtime after dark, to have had her pay-per-view, give the woman her due.
Salida Promotions show her that bag.
Yeah, no, they are great. They have been, and she's got Mark Tappet as her, publicity machine, and he's another real solid citizen in her corner. So,
right, he your manager, and he used to work for HBO, I believe.
Yeah,
so she got some real good, heavy hitters. They got her back
now.
Like you said, she just did a deal with Sky Sports.
Yep.
I mean, oh man, she's doing MMA. She's doing everything. She's trying to save Flint from drinking all that crazy water, and we're doing the same thing, right, James? We're trying to help them with some of that water to some from myself.
Yeah, we're trying to actually get 10,000 bottles of water to Flint.
Right.
Melissa has donated to our cause to have water to Atlanta, and I believe it was Jabron. Did you donate for Flint?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I will for Flint. Now that I know it's out there, yeah, count me in.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. But yeah, and
I wasn't. I didn't know. But,
well, hopefully, there's another couple surprises there because I'm glad that you mentioned the blue in Clarissa's hair. Because we have sent out an email for her to at least, see if she can present the water to the boxing, gym in Flint.
oh,
So,
that'd be awesome.
we'll see if, we can get some response back from that email. But yeah, it was, I don't think a lot of people know the reason why she had that blue in her hair. So
Yeah, she's been doing that for some years. Every fight you see her with some blue, and people just think, "Ooh, blue." No, there's a reason.
Yeah, I have a picture with her from the last boxing show that they gave out in Vegas, where they what is it? Haney and Porter, Sean Porter, and all those guys. It's like the boxing exposition out in Vegas. I think the last one was 2018, before the pandemic. And I think I have a picture with Demetrius Andrade, one with Clarissa Shields, Sean Porter, Devin Haney. It was pretty good. So yeah, and she had blue in her hair back then. So it's not like she just started. Jabron, while you're not froze here, see if you can get a couple words in.
Yeah, I just wondered, did you guys hear about that ruling on the judges from the Oscar Valdez fight that they ruled today? So basically, they've taken him away from judging, and they're gonna put him in a training.
Well, he asked.
He asked for that.
He asked to be put in training. He actually sent a letter. I was just reading it before we came on the air. He said that he was influenced by the crowd noise.
Wow.
And that there were rounds that he didn't watch. He depended on the crowd for his scoring. And that there were rounds that he should have scored even that he didn't. Yeah, that was that's another article that people should read, because I don't think that he's the first, but I do think he's the first to admit it.
Man, please send that article to me.
Yeah, that's also that one's the ring. I think it was Woodsy, Michael Woods did that one.
Ring Magazine.
Ring Magazine had it, and and I think it was on Twitter. I think it was Lou DiBella actually put out his letter. Stephen Blay. That was huge. So much has happened in the last few weeks in boxing.
Yeah.
On the negative side, where it's sort of like time to dust off the Muhammad Ali Reform Act. People, where's our governance? It's sort of this refrain that comes out every several years or every decade or so, where you say, okay, we've hit a new low. We've got to get a national boxing commission. We've got to, enough with all these different sanctioning bodies in different state and local commissions, like the Florida Commission saying, oh, sure, yeah, Holyfield can fight.
Yes.
Not a problem. The guy can't speak, but he can box.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just like the WBC sanctioned in the Oscar Valdez fight. I don't believe that fight should have been sanctioned.
Oh man, we talked about that last week. That I've never heard. The drug only has a certain shelf life, or and it's worn out 2 days before the fight. Conveniently, it's 2 days, 2.5 days before the fight. Well, it's not in his system anymore. I mean, so it's okay to train on drugs, but you just can't fight on drugs.
And not only that, but WBC in particular as a sanctioning body has been all about VADA testing. They have been, tooting their own horn on how they insist on VADA testing. And then they turn around and let a championship bout happen. What? It defies logic. It really does defy logic. I don't understand it. And again, it comes back to this issue of governance and saying, well, are you going to actually do stuff or not?
Well, before I get out of here, I'd just like to ask you guys, does it feel like a world champion and one of the biggest fighters in the sport of boxing is fighting in 2 weeks? Is there a buzz or
yeah, like who is the world championship of the heavyweights? Do you know? Right?
Wow. Because Joshua's supposed to be fighting in 2 weeks, and exactly. I don't see no promotion.
Nothing.
I don't see nothing.
Nothing. Zero. You're absolutely right. There is zero. And you go out, ask anybody who's the world who's the heavyweight champion of the world, and they'll go, "What's a heavyweight?"
He's gonna be like Mike Tyson.
Right. Isn't that Muhammad Ali? Oh, was Holyfield. Oh, right. He has no brain left.
Jabron, I know you got to go in a minute, but any other big news? You were talking about what do you think about the Plant Canelo fight? Like you said, the Crawford Porter. Give us a little insight before you get out of here.
Those are all the juicy fights that the casual fans know about, but I'm more intrigued to see what happens with this Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson fight.
Yeah.
Might be interesting, right?
That is.
This is what we need, those young guys fighting each other, because nowadays everybody's trying to, get this payday. But that's why I love the smaller weight classes, the bantamweights and the lightweights, because they fight each other. They don't sit around and duck and dodge. They go after the champion, the new waves, the donaires, like they fight each other. And this is what I think Shakur and Jamel Harrington is breaking through right now in that weight division. It's like, hey, we not gonna chase these money guys. We gonna fight each other, and whoever wins, whoever loses, hey, but at least we fought the best.
Right.
Now, hold on. You said like these younger guys. If I'm not mistaken, Herring, he is like 30-something, and Shakur is the younger guy. So it's kind of like the younger guy knows that the older guy is a little older, and he's trying to force him, to fight him, which he did, and he wanted to fight him because he felt like he can beat him. I think one of the main reasons why he feel like he can beat him is because he's older. Kind of like the same thing when I was current champion. All the guys wanted to fight me, all the young guys, because they knew I was older. Let me get him while he's older. I'm saying?
Right.
So, and at the same time, they might have sparred each other. They got a relationship with each other. But at the same time, Kurt Stevenson, like, man, listen, it's business. You know what I'm saying? I want that bag. And then, his manager is Jay Prince. And Jay Prince don't play. So that gangster in him now, I guess, Shakur, like, bro, I don't play. I'm hanging with Big Dawg. You want that money. Now they probably in his ear, like, bro, forget all that. Friendship, forget friendship. Get that money, get that belt. And I'm going to make you the next Floyd. Because if y'all don't remember, or if y'all didn't know, Jay Prince was Floyd Mayweather's manager. Let me rewind that. Floyd Mayweather's manager. And they all worked that top rank. All of them came from Bob Arum. Small world.
Small boxing world. Right. Very small boxing world.
Hold on. Before my man Jabron go, Cleveland go, Melissa, I know she gonna be here for a minute. Y'all was talking about the Ring magazine. Let me see if y'all know who that is right there. Now y'all know who that is, right?
I don't recognize him without the bra and panties. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay.
Now he was supposed to fight the guy that Tyson lost. I mean, the Holyfield lost to, right?
Yeah, Victor Belfort.
Yeah.
Victor,
And then COVID. Goes to the hospital. And a week later, Holyfield's in.
Hold on, it gets better since 2 days from now be Throwback Thursday. Y'all see what's at the bottom of that?
Contender.
Contender.
I'm in that boy somewhere. Hold on.
That's season 2, the Contender, right?
Yeah, we were just talking about the Ring magazine, so I thought I'd throw myself out there a little bit, you know.
Exactly.
A little bit. Plus,
I gotta purchase a fresh copy of that.
A fresh copy. That's good.
Fresh copy of that,
That's
bro. You hear
good.
me? Make sure you do that at once.
What's the series and what's the series? What's the date on it?
Let me see. We gonna find something better than that. Hold on. I'm about to let you know in 1 second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm scrolling. Hold on. It gets better. Hold on. For those that think that I just got my own page in there. You hear me? Look at me. Yeah. Look, my name. I got 2 sides. You hear me?
Wow. Pretty.
There you go. So you can never say I wasn't on the front page. I've been on the front page of the Ring magazine at my own page. You know, I just want to go in the Hall of Fame. That's all.
So it's all things you can show little Noah. See, there you go. Yeah. I don't know if you guys had known. K9 is I think he's how old? A year old now.
Yeah, he's a year old. Yeah.
Little Noah. So the bloodline goes on. No.
I got a little pit bull, another little puppy. Got another puppy, y'all. So old money still stands. So for those who say, "Oh man, what's that being?" What's they say? I don't need that.
Now we know what old people did during the pandemic. So
oh my goodness. Oh. Melissa, like, well, let me take my earphones off on this one.
Melissa, speaking of how things are going, like the last time we saw pictures of New York, the subway had turned into the Venice Canal. How are things up there in New York?
Yeah, we're okay now. I mean, it's actually we had 2 hurricanes in a row. We had something called Hurricane Henri, which went straight through Long Island, but dumped a heck of a lot of rain so there was a lot of flooding there. And then a week later, we had Ida, and that was really shocking because it flooded parts of the borough of Queens, and 15 people died of mostly drowned in their apartments, in their basement apartments. The borough of Queens has a lot of immigrant families, and there are people who have these small little 2-3 family houses. Jabron knows what I'm talking about, and they take their crappy old basement and throw some sheetrock up and say, "Hey, it's an apartment," and rent it out. And
13 people live there,
and you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people, but there were several apartments, and people died, drowned, because they couldn't get out because the floodwaters were so quick. And then, yes, we had certain subway stations that looked like a Class 5 rapids. All cleaned up now. But it took 3 days for all the trains to get back. It was pretty bad.
Jabron, what about you? You guys still might get some more rain from this latest thing, right?
Right.
Down here in Virginia, we just been getting a lot of wind and rough current at the beaches, but not too much on the flooding. It's been pretty good. We've been blessed. It bypassed. It went to the western part of the state and the northern, and headed straight Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. So we've been blessed with that.
Yeah, that storm came up through the Gulf, right? So it came kind of through the west and then west to east, further north. Yeah.
Yeah, things are so. Any other big news, Jabron?
No big news besides I don't know if you've seen it, K9, but Melissa got a great defense. The way she hold the phone up to that ear, you got to check her out in that gym there. I've been watching it.
I'm going to the body.
No, I just to motivate myself. I have out a video of myself on the heavy bag, and I was definitely holding the phone.
Oh,
Hey, this tweet right here for you right here. Listen, had a good chin, but a bad liver.
I don't drink, friends. So
I'm going
good.
to the body.
No, it says Mayorga. Yeah, Mayorga.
Yeah. No, I love boxing. I'm 67 and I still go to the dang gym. It's good.
Right. Man, why don't you have an exhibition shoot? You can go against Christy Martin.
You got it. Speaking of Christy, gosh, there's been a lot going on. She had there's an extraordinary documentary on Netflix about Christy Martin.
I saw it.
I urge everyone to see it.
Yeah, I saw it.
You know, she basically tells us, you know, it sort of in a nutshell. You know, she had this extraordinary opportunity as a boxer and became really basically the first serious boxing superstar for women. But at the same time, you know, she had a husband who was like a Svengali who eventually tried to murder her, shot her, stabbed her, and left her for dead. And this documentary really tells that story in a very compelling way, and highly recommend it.
More than I mean, you know, $1 Million Baby kind of Hollywood.
No. It's the real deal. It interviews her. It also interviews her ex-husband, Jim Martin, who's in prison, serving, you know, like 25 years to life for attempted murder. And it really goes very in depth on her side of the story, her pain, it's complicated. You know, her life is complicated. And her marriage to her husband was complicated. But ultimately, you know, he did try to murder her and left her for dead. And her comeback from that, how she has become the woman she is now, is also a very compelling part of the story. And I can tell you that from a personal perspective, I've gotten to know her a little bit over the years through events that we both attend, the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame in particular. And her evolution from this horrific experience of having to come back from the dead to now is really extraordinary. And in a way, it's given her a second life. And part of that second life for her is paying it forward. So she mentors young fighters. She is out witnessing about domestic violence and a lot of other things related to domestic violence, the poisonous problems that come from using drugs and becoming addicted to drugs. So there's a lot of strands in this story. And JK, I can tell you it is the real deal. It is not a superficial treatment at all. And she has come into this documentary having made the decision to really open up herself and her life experience so that she can help others who may be in a similar situation and don't know a way out. And she, by telling her story in such a compelling way, and I can tell you the filmmakers were very sensitive to that, really comes out of this story in a way that's very hopeful, but also creates for the audience something to grasp onto. And for those people who watch it who may be suffering in an abusive relationship, it gives them hope. So I really recommend this.
You know, we're kind of in the same era. I'm not that much older than you, but when you talk about boxing, who's this gentleman here, El Toro? He comes and talks with us every week, and he's in Italy, so you know he has to be a fan because he's at least 8 hours ahead.
Yeah, it's the middle of the night in Italy.
Right,
hey, Italy.
Right.
Buonasera.
So he wants to know, who do you think is the greatest woman boxer of all time?
Oh, that's very hard to answer because
you have a book on it, so
I do. I have a book on the history of the sport. I can say that certainly of prior eras, I would say Christy Martin and Lucia Riker are both really extraordinary in what they achieved when they achieved it. Christy Martin just, she was not the prettiest fighter ever, but she was an effective fighter. And, her record of 32 KOs did not come just because her competition sucked. They really were good fighters that she fought, and she fought really hard. So Christy Martin has, a real place in that sport forever. And there's a reason why she's the first modern woman inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in June of 2020. And Lucia Riker is the other. Lucia did not have quite the record that Christy had, but she was an extraordinarily beautiful technical fighter. I mean, just if you can find videos of her fighting on YouTube, I highly recommend anybody to watch them because she's beautiful. She's just a beautiful fighter. She's probably one of the best fighters, period. Just didn't have the opportunities because women, when she fought in the late 90s, early aughts, it was just a very strange time in boxing for women because there were not a lot of fighters that had all the technical skills or the opportunity to learn them in the way that young women do now, where there's full amateur programs that can go in the Olympics and all of that. When these women fought, there was nothing. They made it up as they went along. But I would say Lucia Riker, certainly for name recognition and actually making people beyond the boxing world realize that there were women who boxed is probably Layla Ali. Again, I don't necessarily think of her technically as a great boxer, but what she did for women in the sport in crossing over to this day has meaning. Because to this day, if you say women's boxing, they'll say, oh, you mean Layla Ali. So again, technically, I don't rank her as high, but her place in the sport is very important. Even being a boxing daughter of Muhammad Ali, all of that stuff, but how she was able to promote the sport, take it seriously, try to find the best competition that she could find, doing pay-per-views. I mean, she really, really, really pushed the envelope. She took it seriously, and she took it as far as she could. And then she said, I'm done. I have the next part of my life. But she also promoted the sport in a way that opened it up beyond just thinking of it as a clown show on a pay-per-view at the end, on the bottom of an Oscar de la Hoya card. She really elevated it so that everybody understood it.
And Wolf was the strongest, right?
Yes. And Wolf, oh my Lord. Again, one of the best KOs ever in the history of the sport is Ann Wolf clocking Vonda Ward. Vonda Ward was a 6-foot former basketball player, decent boxer. Yeah. But damn.
No, go Frazier.
Finished with a jab and then went pow. And this tree fell, man.
Yeah.
So John Paul Sandoval, you were absolutely right. Ann Wolf, right up there, from that era and that time. And then there were some, other fighters that you wouldn't know that were great. But those 4 are up there for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think? What is coming up for the International Hall of Fame as far as the women's side is concerned? Are you having a ceremony this year, next year?
Well, the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame, we just had a beautiful event in Vegas on August 14th. And I got to tell you, the city of Las Vegas, the mayor of the city of Las Vegas, issued a proclamation that said, hey, Saturday, August 14th, Women's Boxing Day in Las Vegas. So that was a huge, huge thing. We had a beautiful event. I had the honor of introducing the 2020 and 2021 inductees. You know, because of COVID, the pandemic, and you know, there were not a lot of people that could come in to accept their awards, but we had 10, 11 people that were there to accept. We had a full room. So that was pretty cool. And more than that, you know, we really established a relationship with the city of Las Vegas. And so we will have our 2022 event in October of 2022 in Vegas. And we found a home at the Orleans Casino Resort and Casino. They were really sweet to us. And we had, as I said, a really beautiful event, and the city welcomed us. And it was nice because boxing folk from Las Vegas were in attendance. Kind of really gave it a nice feel. In terms of the Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, we will be getting our ballots very shortly for the class of 2022. This year we'll be voting for 2 modern boxers for women. So that'll be coming up. There were some very exciting fighters that, you know, have stepped up. You know,
have the names been released to the public yet?
Not yet. No, I'm not going to say anything, but that'll be out soon. And then, you know, further in the year. And then now here's the nice thing for the International Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. Anybody can submit a request. Anybody can go on the website and nominate whoever they want, who they feel is deserving. And then there is a panel. There are the board members, which I'm a board member, vote. And we also this year have an outside panel of boxing experts. So we really are trying to be as transparent as we can, but as distinct from other Hall of Fame organizations, we put it out to the public as well to say, who do you all think? Who's deserving? You know, and we also, you know, we induct fighters, but we also recognize referees and judges and other important folk in the boxing world for their contributions to women in the sport. So it's, you know, a little bit of a different kind of an organization, and we're making it up. It's evolving as we go along. And it's the brainchild of Sue Fox, who runs the Women's Boxing Archive Network website and has for 20 years, which is just a goldmine of information on women's boxing. And more than that,
what was it called again? Sue Fox?
Well, Sue Fox, actually, she was Sue Tiger Lily Fox. She fought in the 70s, okay, as a pro in that first group. And she came out of Oregon and had been in the boxing professional. She came from the karate world, where she did professional fighting in karate, and then came over onto the boxing side. And in 1979 was a champion in those first early kind of championships. But anyway, she, as her labor of love and paying forward to the boxing community, she has Women's Boxing Archive Network, which is a brilliant website that is a lifeline for women fighters and has been for 20 years. Or, you know, and in the early days, it was really the only place to go to find information and to have a place where people could communicate. They also have WBAN has their own belts that they offer, and things like, you know, Fighter of the Month, Fighter of the Year. So to kind of recognize the community for the community. So it's really a very lovely thing.
Let me see. Vinny Roth brought something up here. Layla Ali and Joe Frazier's daughter.
Yes, Jackie Frazier. They fought in a pay-per-view fight up in you know, near Canastota. Actually, it was Hall of Fame weekend. In what's the name? There's a casino near there run by a tribe. I'm blanking on the name. Anyway, they had a pay-per-view event. They were the main event, and it was held in a tent, and it was fully televised. It was really the first all-female. It was the first.
You said it was the first women's pay-per-view.
That's correct. 4 women as the main event. Not like a Showtime or any of those other things. This was produced by Layla Ali along with Jackie Frazier, and they called it Ali Frazier 4. That was how they marketed the fight, and it was surprisingly good because Jackie Frazier was much older than Layla. And she was out there in Philly and just said, okay, dang it, I'll learn the damn box. So she did, and she was really pretty good. You can find the fight on YouTube and places like that. But they really put on a show and did a great job.
No, hold on, Melissa. I just wanted to let y'all know we got Vince in the queue. Hey, Vince, are you there?
Vince is right there. I see him down there beside you.
No,
Hey.
I'm here representing. Sometimes you can't hear them. That you have to go out and come back in because you can't hear them say anything. Oh man, I like that shirt. Look at that shirt right there.
I know you do.
Man, turn around, let them see.
I gotta get me some canine boxing, swag here. I gotta get some t-shirts.
You gotta go for it.
You gotta promote that more.
I had to represent tonight.
I love it.
Oh, right there. Man,
That's great.
I had to represent.
Wow. Wake
Hey,
up.
now, I feel like one of the gang now.
Melissa,
She has some K9 merch.
I know it's getting late up there in New York, and I can always bait you into staying longer. All I have to do is just keep
but you've got Vince Rock here, and you got to do your thing. But hey, listen, this has been great. I really thank you for having me on again. It's just really a lot of fun, and
Dogs up.
There you go.
boxing.
Sound like a poodle.
Well, the bear. You're a bear. I heard you're a bear.
All right, Melissa, why don't you give us your final thoughts? Wait a minute, hold it now. It's been a while. I know you have to have a book in your head there. I know you're working on something.
I'm working. I've got a whole things that. First of all, I have a website called girlboxing.org, and it is. I just sort of revamped it, and I've putting in more content and starting to write a column every week. Some of it's on the sport of women's boxing. Some of it is kind of motivational and self-care about my journey as a 67-year-old woman who still goes to the dang gym. So if you're interested in that, that's there. I also have a lot of other content on the website. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as @girlboxingnow. I'm known as girlboxing, so it's @girlboxingnow is my Twitter and Instagram. And I'm working on a second edition of my book, A History of Women's Boxing, which is the first comprehensive history of women in the sport that covers it from its meager early beginnings in the 1720s in London all the way through the Olympics and sort of up to 2014 when it was published. And what I'm working on now is kind of an update that says, what has happened between 2014 and now, and what does it mean for the sport? What are the big themes? So I'm not trying to just say, they were like, 18 million fights. It really has to do with what are all of the influences? Where is the sport going? What is the effect of 2 Olympic cycles had? Now we have a third, all new promotions, new types of fighters. So that is what I'm working on now. I'll have some interviews in it as well with industry folk to kind of give it a balance, as well as some fighters. So that's kind of where I'm at.
All right. Well, as always, thank you so much for coming on and spreading some of that knowledge about women's boxing. And we'll either talk to you after the Porter fight, the Canelo fight, one of them.
One of them.
We'll see.
I just very quickly. There's also on the women's side at the 140 pounds. There are 4 different champions, and there will be a series of. It's going to be basically a round-robin championship for an undisputed. So the first
is that with Francine in there? Francine Discern in it?
No. That's with Chantel Cameron out of out of England, and Mary McGee, who is a fierce fighter, and they're fighting. Yep, and they're fighting on October 30th. That's the first fight. They'll be fighting in London. It'll have two belts on the line for that.
I think we had her on the show. Vince, didn't you give us her contact?
I got a contact for you. I'm gonna have to connect that while I'm here.
Yeah, is she the policewoman?
No? That might be Tiara Brown. Tiara Brown was a police officer out of DC. Now she's moved down to Florida, and she just actually joined the police force down in Florida. Mary McGee, though, she's awesome. I mean, if you could get her on the show, it'd be great. She's fighting.
I like her attitude.
Yeah, she's fighting October 30th, sort of in the first one. The second one will be Callie Reese, who is amazing, who's fighting a Canadian fighter, Jessica Camera. And that'll be something. And then the winners of those two bouts will face each other for the unification, for the undisputed. So, and this is happening. This is Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing and Lou DeBella Entertainment putting all this together. So it's really pretty cool. And Callie Reese is another one of these, just to end it, women's fighters who, like Clarissa, has a lot more to say beyond the sport. And for Callie Reese, she is here to speak for Indigenous women in America and Canada who disappear. So she has a lot that she's fighting for and pushing for. So there's a lot of good reason to support her as she comes out boxing as well. So, but anyway, peace.
All right.
Great to talk to y'all.
All right. Talk to you later, Melissa. You have a great night.
Okay, you too.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Kano. Bye.
Right. Bye.
Vince, how you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm blessed by the best, feeling no stress. You know the rest.
I said, so you got on that good K9 gear there. So
man, I had to represent, man. I'm representing this too.
Oh yeah, all right, Chicago boxing brotherhood. All right.
Oh yeah. I got to represent my thing too.
Oh yeah. K9, I want to tell you, man, I caught Vince by accident this week. On
so you didn't even mean to call me?
No, I meant on the Chicago thing. At the gospel station. Okay. And you actually did a thing. You were on FaceTime or Facebook. You were talking
about Dr. Lamont Baker.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that, because that seemed to have some very historical significance as far as the boxing world was concerned. Who you met, how you guys met, the fight that you guys met at.
Yeah. Well, I met Lamont Baker through a mutual friend from Flint, Michigan. Wait, no, not Flint, but where is that Floyd's from?
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids, yeah. He's from Grand Rapids. Well, James Cutts, he's a preacher. Well, he's a minister, and he does gospel music and everything. And I met him in Vegas at the Pacquiao fight. And we just hit it off, just talking, standing there talking. And I was letting him know who I knew, and he told me who he knew. And he was like, yeah, me and Floyd, man, go back. I said, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, a lot of times, you might say that and folks will be like, oh, man, he talking stuff, But I say, oh, that's pretty cool. So he connected with me because I was doing my photography big time. And then he hit me up when him and Floyd got together and did this song, Jesus Will Fix It. And so I did a music video for him. And him and Floyd Sr. Ended up going to the Stella Awards 2 years straight. And they did like the backstage performance and everything. And it was nice, man. And we all connected real good on that. And in talking with him, he was telling me about somebody that does radio in Chicago. And I was like, oh, really? And he said, man, I got to connect you with him. So he had Lamont Baker call me up. And when he called me up, we got to talking, and I was like, oh, man, I like the way this guy talks, because everything he talks about is positive. It's trying to encourage kids, and his Never Quits. That's what his organization is called, Never Quit. And it's about bringing all different sports together in the Black community, you know, and showing that we do have a lot of talent out here. We got a lot of things that a lot of the youth should be looking at, instead of looking at, you know, like the dope dealers and all that. You know, it's a lot of other people to look up to. And so we hit it off real good. And he connected me and my organization with getting in the Bud Billiken parade. And I don't know if a lot of people know about the Bud Billiken, but Bud Billiken parade is like it's a big parade that's been going on for about 90 years in Chicago. Yeah. And it always covers all the top Black actors, athletes, anybody Black that's well known. They always been in that parade. And that was like a dream to be in that parade one day, you know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's an annual thing with us with that through him. And, you know, he calls me up and asked me to come up on there for, you know, to publicize the event. And some more things that me and him talking about venturing on. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, I tell you, K9, I'm telling you, the Lord is blessing. When you talk about how blessings be flowing,
yeah,
man,
that's good.
They flowing, bro. They flowing, bro.
That's good, man. Hey, flowing, I believe that, because I've been, been getting fruit. A lot of blessings now. I'm about to say a few. No, a lot of blessings I've been getting too.
Yeah, yeah.
Blessed
and you know, it don't, and it's just like training, you know, like I tell my kids, you know, you're not going to get good results off of not putting in no work for those results. You know, it's like if you go to work, you got to put that time in and punch that clock. If you ain't punch the clock, you ain't going to get the pay, you know. Exactly. And like with my events every year I go through the same thing, where I could sit there and go negative with like, oh man, I'll never get no help, this and that. You know, I do get a lot of help, but it's not from all the people I need it from. So it still makes it hard. And with me being the main source, I have to make sure everything is right. So I'm all over the place. And but this year it was a lot easier. We had a meeting in April, and it still had its hiccups. But everything came together at showtime, man. And that's what I say. Like, you know, when you do all the work, the results is gonna come out good. Exactly. And the aftermath. Yeah. The aftermath is good. Because I got big plans for next year, man. Yeah. Whoa. I can't even talk about them yet, because you know, sometimes you talk about some things and the enemy will try and block you.
But to say the devil, there you go. You know what I learned about?
He'll block you every time. So some things are not to be said; it's just be seen. You know. Yeah. And when the time comes, you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vince, you know, how does it feel to have another world champion, active world champion, in the city of Chicago? What, at the age of how old is Nonito? 40, 38, somewhere around in there.
Wait, who is that?
Nonito Donaire.
Oh, yeah. Oh man,
Chicago still has an active world champ again.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man, you know what? I didn't realize that he was back here.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he's never left, has he? I mean, you know, as far as I know, you know, I mean, he might go other places to train, but you know, I think his heart and his roots are in Chicago. As far, I mean,
Well, yeah, hey man, well, that's one reason why I come back here every year, man, and have these events to make sure I recognize a lot of these guys. And I can't believe I let that slip by me. I can't, but it's okay. It's okay, because I'm telling you, next year I got a lot of people behind me that's gonna be putting in work, and man, we're gonna have them all up there. Like even like I deal with Chicago, but even like Gary, like Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin,
Man, I'm
and
telling you,
Indiana,
I
they're all
keep
in our
telling
region.
you, hey, I keep telling you, man. You know, hey, you know, you got Layman there, and
Oh
what's my
yeah,
man?
yeah.
What's my man that runs the Indiana Boxing Hall of
Oh
Fame?
yeah, Craig Hawk. Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
you know, you got a lot of great people right there when you talk
Oh
about
yeah,
Gary
yeah.
and Tara Hutt and all
Mhm.
that. I mean, you know, that's part of boxing history too. But that's
And
what it is. History when you start talking about Tara
mhm,
Hutt. I mean, it
right,
probably
right. And the
it's
big thing
people
about
our
it,
age that know about Tara Hutt and places like that. You know, everybody
yeah,
else.
yeah, right,
So
right, right.
yeah,
But the good thing about it is like me and Craig was talking at the event on how we can all join together, and we all doing the same thing. We all trying to help fighters that need help, and just bringing everybody together. And that's something that I noticed that's a problem with a lot of trainers and gyms now. Because when I come back here, it just reminds me of when I was younger, and I used to be at the gym. I was talking with Alfonso Ratliff this morning, the ex-cruiserweight champ, and I was talking with him about how it used to be at Woodlawn Boys Club when we was there. And we would have like, man, I mean, it would be at least 15 different trainers in the gym. And all the trainers would be like giving advice to different fighters, and they would be even agreeing on it. Nowadays, I notice these trainers now, if you got two trainers in there and they come over to a one fighter and start telling them something, the trainer looks at you like, man, leave my boy alone. Like you stealing a girlfriend or something, you know. But the thing is, they don't understand. That's how we got our knowledge. That's how we learn to take different styles and put them all together and mix it into one and make your own style, you know. But
Yeah.
they are so territorial on their fighters that they're really crippling their fight. You know, you got to let them get as much knowledge as they can. You know,
Right.
but and I don't know you. I know you would know K9. It's a lot of trainers in the gym that really aren't even trainers. You
No.
know, these are textbook trainers.
Yeah, hype man.
Yeah. They even have hype men up in there.
Yeah, hype man.
Crazy.
Sack chasers. They be around you just because they see you about to blow up.
Right. Yeah.
They male sack chasers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, man. And that's some things that we gotta. We can't hold back and just be like, okay, well, that's just the way to do it. I'll let people know. I'll let them know. I'll say, man, but you got to say it in a nice, cordial way in order for them not to try and snap off on you about it.
Yeah.
When they snap off, because it is what it is. But I want to see boxing go back to the way it used to be, where we really got some fights. Ooh, speaking of that, I know y'all was gonna bring up about Holyfield. Did y'all talk about that already?
Well, we touched on it here and there.
Yeah.
But what did you think about that?
Exactly. There you go.
Okay. Well, when I saw it the first time, I was like, one thing I felt, I was like, okay, good. He didn't get hurt. And then when I watched it again, I was like, you could say the referee did stop it too early. Then you could say that, it could go both ways because, he's 58 years old. Yeah. And the ref is like, I'm not going to be the cause of something happening to this man.
Yeah.
So I can understand both sides.
So, no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish it up. Go ahead.
So, okay, now I'm 59. Now, if it was me, I would know already. I cannot let nobody get on top of me like that. So, but that's that was Holyfield's style right there.
Yeah.
But those styles won't make your career last long anyway.
Right.
But mine, I always been about moving, sticking with the jab and everything. And I wouldn't have been nowhere near no ropes. I'd have pivoted around them. I'd have pushed them back down. I'd have pushed them on the ground if I had to. You know,
Right.
especially at this age. You know, you get old, and you have to do what you got to do.
Right.
But,
I felt like that. I felt like Holyfield should have spoke up in the dressing room. I'm quite sure the referee told Holyfield, "Listen, man, I don't want to see you get hurt. You know, a lot of people don't want to see you in the ring at 58 years old. So if it gets to a point to, you know, it's looking bad for you, I'm stopping it. I don't want you to get hurt." That's when Holyfield had a chance to be able to say, "Listen, I'm the real deal. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Forget I'm a world champ. Now, he might catch me. I ain't in the ring in a minute. He might catch me with a few shots, might hurt me, might drop me.
Right.
But I'm still the real deal. Give me a fair opportunity." Because I believe if the fight would have went on, I believe Holyfield would have won. Because
you should have called Jack Reese.
Yeah, he should have.
That's my boy. But Jack would say, "Hey, you show me something. Show me something."
There you go.
And the guy knock you down. Jack will let you get up, wipe off your clothes. Now you got to show me something.
Yeah.
You got to show me something.
I'm gonna stop it. Then guess what? Holyfield would have did something, or the fight would have got stopped. We need to hear that, bro, because it ain't looking good for you. I don't want to stop it, because if I stop it, you might not ever be in the ring ever again. Show me something. Yeah.
Right.
You know. But Holyfield,
hey, so do you think they are gonna allow him to fight still? I've heard a lot of people talking about, oh, he needs to retire. He's retired already.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing of it is, I mean, you know, he needs to be in an exhibition, but not with someone, you know, like maybe, you know, another older guy, you know, like, you know, maybe at this time, you know, I think, you know, if he wanted to make some money, which I'm sure he probably needs, hey, him and Mike Tyson, somebody will pay for that. Everybody will pay for it.
Oh,
we'll fight him now. But the only thing is, would nobody probably pay to see it now?
Everybody, hey, Mike Tyson has at least 50,000 pot smokers out here in California that'll buy anything that he decides to put on pay-per-view. Okay.
Oh, and now they'll go see Tyson.
Exactly. They're not gonna go see Tyson fight Holyfield. Not right now.
Hey, they paid to see Paul George fight Todd Woodley. They paid to see Logan Paul. They paid to see Logan Paul fight what's his name? Your boy that you trained. Ask you, you know. So why not? So why not Holyfield and Tyson? Come on, man. You know, hey, I tell you what, you know, we might not pay for it, but I'm sure the three of us will find somewhere to go to see it.
Hey, listen.
And K9, K9, you'll be on some podcast calling the fight. So
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit there and listen to K9.
Let's go. Mike Tyson gonna get his revenge. Something that feel so good. You know, big man ear off.
He go come back for the other one this time.
He ain't gonna have to. Hey, the way Holyfield look, he's not gonna have to.
Man.
He can beat this Holyfield. I mean, which guy looked a lot fresher? Did Tyson look better against Roy Jones, or did Holyfield? How did Holyfield look compared to Tyson?
Yeah, hey, well, right.
You know what? Overall, I'm telling you, Holyfield looked good moving around.
Yeah.
But you know, I didn't see no punches, no real punches. But I mean, overall, his body was in good condition. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looked like he's still in some good shape, man.
Yeah. He eating again. He got, you know, he got a little money coming in now. They done taught, you know, they done remade his finances, you know. So, you know, he eating steak again. You know, ain't no more hot dogs no more. You know, he might not be eating filet mignon, but he could have a ribeye every now and then. You know, you know, sirloin, a porterhouse. You know, hey, that's pretty good when he was used to eating chitlins. You know, so you know, you come a long way.
Oh man, yeah, that's a long way from Chitlin.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what you call? Who was it that bought his house? Was it Freeway Ricky or one of them rappers that bought 50 Cent? Wasn't it?
No, it was Ricky Ross, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ricky Ross. Yeah, that you know, I think he bought his house and still don't live in it, but he bought it. You know, so
no, you know what? No. I think that was what's the guy that played my dear?
Oh, Tyler Perry.
I think Tyler Perry bought it.
Oh,
no, I thought it was one of Ricky Ross or one of them, but yeah, you know, and K9, I see your boy on Instagram all the time. Freeway.
Oh yeah, Freeway. Yeah.
Ricky Ross.
Yeah, Ricky Ross. Yeah, I talked to
the real one, not the rapper, the real one.
Yeah. He into boxing now, so he, you know, we got to have him on here one day, you know, soon.
Yeah, we had on a couple times.
I see him. I see him at Mayweather's gym a lot.
Yeah, him and Mayweather got a, you know, that you know, they got a little, you know, friendship or whatever, you know. But yeah, he does a lot of things out of a lot of his Instagram things are out of Mayweather's gym.
Okay. So I know when he first got out, you know, Mayweather wanted him to you know, to act to be a side
his front man. Yeah, he wanted to be his front man.
And he's like, I'm not about to. I don't do that. I'm a boss. read my bio.
yeah. Let's say read my bio. Go watch the video.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Vince, what was your show about in Chicago?
It was you know, I usually have a reunion.
Yeah.
And due to the pandemic and everything, I was like, man, you know, and this came together, man, within a matter of I think I gave it 4 months, because I was undecided on it because of that. And I had a meeting with my crew back here, and I was like, you know what? I think we're gonna do it. You know, and so we put it together, and it was, instead of doing the reunion, first I was talking about doing something totally different. And then but I knew I wanted to give out awards, because I do that maybe every other year. Well, every year I'm doing some kind of award that gets given out. But this year I want to do this was Champions Awards for guys that came back through adversity, you know, and you know, overcame some things in their lives. So I knew who I wanted to get for this year, and one was Alex Martin, who throughout his career he had had a good record already. He was a good amateur. He had won nationals and everything, and he ended up going through a lot of personal stuff that kept him at a standstill, where he wasn't focused on his fight game. So his fights was close. He lost a fight, then he lost another, draw with another one. And then he went through, I guess, a divorce and all that. But then he got back on track, got back in the gym and got on it. And they thought they had a sucker. And so they brought him in to be on B side, you know, because I think he only has 3 losses, maybe 2. But they looked at him as, okay, he's a good up-and-coming fighter, got good pedigree. This would be a good win for you. He went in there and beat the guy and took the Intercontinental WBC title from him.
Okay.
So that's why I put him in. And then I have Nathaniel Gallimore. You know, he did the same thing. He came back after being off for a while. And but only thing, Gallimore, matter of fact, I got to call him tonight and see if I can get him to come pick up this award. He wasn't able to make it. But both of them came up off of those fights and got contracts with different promoters that should move them up and keep them going. And Alex, he ended up fighting again just before the event, you know, after I had, you know, told him that, you know, he was getting an award. And then I have Sean Simpson, who is another great amateur and undefeated fighter, still 12-0. And the thing with Sean went through the same thing I tell these guys, you have to prepare for life after boxing, you know. And sad to say, he ran into a problem. He got hit in the back of the head at sparring, and he started getting headaches. So the doctors checked him out, and they was like, whoa, you need to, you know, chill out for a while. And, you know, it started getting real bad. So he took off for a good while. The doctors gave him the green light. He came back not long ago. I think he started sparring a little bit too early. So the headaches came on again. So, you know, thank God he got a dad like he does, Tony Simpson. Tony is like, you know, tell him, okay, well, go ahead, chill. So right now he's just kicking back, enjoying his kids, and just waiting to see what the outcome is going to be on what's going on with his health. But yeah, he's still a prospect, man, and can do things. But you know, he got his head on tight for that. And then I had my one of the good referees out here from through the years, Tim Adams. You know, Tim Adams, he refereed maybe like 400 title bouts, and he was a great amateur. You know, Tim Adams, he had fought Sugar Ray. I mean, I'm going crazy on that one. Not Sugar Ray, but Floyd Sr. He fought Floyd Sr. in the Golden Glove Nationals. And they say, now he said it was close. I brought it up to Floyd Sr. I said, yeah, man, you fought my guy. And yeah, they say it was close, and they started booing. He said, nah, you know I got him though. You know, Floyd ain't nothing getting past Floyd. Yeah, but
no,
but yeah, so you know, my thing is to honor the guys in Chicago, make sure that everybody get representation, and trying to really bring back uplift Midwest boxing. You know, out here, man, we got so much talent out here, man. They need to be seen, and they need to start having more fights out here. You know.
Well, that's another thing we need to we you know, if we're gonna get back, you know, to the amateurs and things like that, we need to have more exposure, and the only way you can get that is by having more fights. But yeah, I might be in touch with you about getting Mr. Adams information. I think he'd be a great guest. You know,
yeah. Oh man, he has some knowledge, man. He has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, Tim Adams, you know, I mean, he goes, you know, back even, you know, to Emmanuel, you know, Tim would be a great guest.
Most definitely, man. I'll connect you with him for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I see K9's back in here. We're getting ready to knock this down into K9's corner, but let's see. Victor's base is not MMA, amateur boxer. Okay, yeah. But Victor's biggest claim to fame, though, is definitely a steroid use, though. So let's not get that twisted. You know what I mean? You know.
Now wait, that's the one that went against Holyfield, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
so it was a legit fight. I see it was 2 minutes though, right?
Yeah, it was a legit fight. You know, he says he wants to fight Jake Paul, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Jake, you know, he's a little. I think he's
fighting Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather. He gonna fight Floyd Mayweather. Remember I told you that. Think about this. Tell me if this makes sense. Jake Paul.
It makes sense, but Floyd is not gonna take a L, and I think Jake Paul is just too big for him.
No, y'all, you crazy? You can't have on a K9 shirt and a K9 hat.
This is
you know better. Let me see it. You got hold on. Like this.
This is not the same. This is not the same Floyd Mayweather that fought Conor McGregor.
No, it's the same Floyd Mayweather that fought his brother, and his brother is bigger than him, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, the brother is bigger. Oh, okay.
The brother bigger.
Is it the brother? Well, maybe I thought the other one was bigger, but
no, Logan is a big boy. Both of them are big. But listen, Floyd Mayweather will destroy Jake Paul.
The thing is, it's about skill, not about the weight and all that. You know, I always tell my it's about what skills you got.
But don't you think, you know, I mean, I think we've seen it this play before, because the only thing that I don't think that Jake Paul will fight Floyd. I think he'll try to grab and hold Floyd.
There you go. Whatever it takes.
You know,
his brother did.
Yeah, you know, and Jake Paul will hold him all the way to the bank.
Exactly.
You know, so as far as the business end, you know, I can understand that, but I think that before he fights Floyd, he should fight Conor McGregor.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I think
because
beat him. So why not?
Okay, so if Conor,
you lose,
why not? Why don't Floyd do this? Why don't Floyd say, "I'll fight the winner"?
No, Floyd won't. Floyd is the winner.
I mean, Floyd gonna be the winner either way.
Yeah,
but Floyd gonna be the winner either way. But if Conor McGregor beats Jake Paul and Floyd fights him a second time, you know, I mean that's bank. And if Jake Paul beats Conor McGregor and then faces Floyd Mayweather, that's twice the bank.
I don't think. Let me tell you.
And I think that's what Floyd is looking for. I think Floyd is paying the long run.
Listen. I hear what you're saying, Floyd. Listen, if you go watch that fight when Floyd fought Conor McGregor didn't look bad. Floyd don't want to let Conor McGregor get a warm-up fight, beat Jake Paul, get a warm-up fight. Floyd ain't fought since he fought Logan Paul. You know, telling what he been doing. Even though we know Floyd be training and all that, you know, word on the streets, he do a little sipping here and there. Floyd would rather fight Conor McGregor now, not after Conor McGregor done fought Jake Paul and beat Jake Paul. No, he's gonna be sharp.
Hey, well, that's even twice the money there if he fights them both. I mean, you know, if he would fight Conor McGregor, if he would fight Conor McGregor first.
No, he'll fight Jake first. He'll fight Jake first because Jake is the money. Conor McGregor, he done fought him. He ain't gonna give Conor McGregor a fight like that, a rematch. He'll never give Manny Pacquiao a rematch. Nobody that has a chance or beat him, or he ain't gonna give him a chance. If he look like he lost the first time, then he'll fight you again. He fought two guys that we both, or a lot of people thought that he lost the first fight. And that's the only reason why he fought him a second time. One was who was that? Luis. You know what's the Mexican?
Was it Costello? Well, I mean,
Castillo. Yep. And
Madonna.
The other one was Madonna. There you go. Yep. And so Manny Pacquiao, he won't fight because Manny Pacquiao wouldn't retire if he had a chance to fight Floyd.
Hey,
he's not gonna fight.
What if Shane and Floyd fought?
I ain't no money in that. Who gonna watch that? Black on black crime don't sell. A black man kills another black man, they ain't gonna get fake news. But if a black man kills
fake news out.
Or a white man kill a black man, oh man, everybody gonna be marching. It's gonna be Black Lives Matter.
And they gonna have the flags and everything.
Yeah, flags, gonna see the fists in the air, kneel on the knees, on the ground. Oh man. So why you think Mexican versus the Puerto Rican is so big? Why you think a black man against a white man is so big? You know, the same size. Even with Mexicans, two Mexicans, you know, it ain't the same. Well, to a certain extent, it still do better than black. A country behind them.
I can throw right now. I can probably go down the street and find two Mexicans to fight, and I guarantee you, within 15 minutes, I'll have a crowd on the corner. And I live in San Diego.
Yeah,
you know, not Los Angeles. Now, if I was to go and find me a Puerto Rican and bring him down to, you know, the Mexican park down here, you know, I could find a big crowd the Puerto Rican guy might not be able to get back home.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell nobody I'm winning, but I can get a fight started.
Yeah.
You know, so,
right. Yeah. Hey, at the end of the day, I think this right here. So I trained somebody today, and they gave me all this, a whole bunch of change. And we as Americans, we have to change. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start loving thy neighbor. You know what I'm saying? That's right. We gotta turn to the cheek.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Not just when you getting hit with a punch like Canelo, you real good. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek.
Hey, you know, thinking about that change, I don't know whether I told you the story or not.
Okay.
But one time, you know, when I was young, I think we was about 12 years old, you know.
Yeah.
We had a little park called Mill Creek Park, and it was like down at the end of the neighborhood. So we used to take our little wagons and stuff, you know, and ride down the hill. Yeah. Well, one day these dudes robbed an armored truck, and they took all the bills out, and they left the change.
Oh,
so you got a bunch of black kids down here. You know, we all got our little wagons and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they done left all this change out here, quarters, nickels, dimes, and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I got you. We all got boxes of quarters, and that the police stopped us. We try to get back home. We got where y'all get all this change from? you know, and then, you know, their grandmama and them come down and all that. You know, but yeah, you know, hey, change. You know, black people don't. We don't care what it is. Do it spend?
Steal money.
You know, yeah, yo, give me $50 worth of pennies. I don't care. You know?
Hey,
don't matter.
Good, right? Yeah,
they take them at the grocery store.
Yeah.
You know, hey man, yeah.
Hey man, look, you know, you was talking about when you brought up about like Tim Adams coming on the show. I'm gonna tell you a guy I'm gonna have to get you in touch with too. Is have you heard of the young kid Joseph Oyonga? Is it Oyonga? I gave him an award too that night too. This young kid, man, is 14 years old, and he sets an example for the kids out here and the youngsters that's fighting out here. That's what I love about him. Because I'm gonna get him out to California to come speak.
Okay.
This kid is 14 years old. He's taking college classes now.
Wow.
A 9-time national champion.
Wow.
And he's in the stock market and all kinds of stuff. But I give it to his dad, man. His dad is steering him right. And it's not like one of those father-son relationships where it's like off and on. Yeah. They got a genuine relationship, nothing but love in the household.
That's
you know,
good.
And
that's good. He black. He black.
I mean, he's from Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I just spoke with him a little bit earlier, man. And you know, his dad, man, his dad gets him out there. He's been just doing self-promotion. And they're supposed to have something in Joliet for him. That's what his dad was calling me about. He said, man, I can't get nobody for him to fight. Because they the mayor wants to show him off to the city. And wants to have a card and have him the main event. But they can't get nobody to fight him.
Yeah. Hey, you say he in Joliet?
Yeah. How much?
He ain't got too far to go. There's a whole. That's what I'm saying. There's a whole bunch of people back there. I mean, I mean, back in the day, that's they used to do it in Rawway. Yeah, they used to do it. They used to have boxing matches out of Rawway prison. I don't know. Tim, you should remember. Vince, you should remember that.
Yeah, we went to Stateville and fought when I was about 15. I was 15 at the time.
Yeah. Somebody said
that
you
was crazy, man.
Somebody says you want to go.
You know that I don't see him doing nothing like that no more.
No.
Can you hear me?
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, Vince, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, no, I said somebody on here said you want to Golden Gloves.
Oh, I can't. You know what? My screen is froze. I don't even see y'all still sitting there still.
Well, we see you and we can hear you, but he was talking about that Golden Gloves final.
Yeah, I heard you won.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. I won Golden Gloves, AAU. It was AAU then.
Okay.
AAU, ABF, CYO, Park District. I won everything in the city, man.
Oh no,
Several times.
No wonder you know your stuff.
Yeah, several times, man.
Vince ain't no slouch, you know. Vince,
no, I ain't no rookie,
Vince,
baby. Hey,
Vince,
I just didn't hit that canine, that canine notch yet, you know.
Woo!
So I'm trying to hit that canine notch on the other side of boxing. Now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there, bro.
Hey, you got good taste. I tell you that much. That shirt, your shirt, killing our shirt.
Hey, man. Hey, it's pumped up, man. It's ready to go.
You gotta send me a picture. Send me a picture, man.
Hey, look. One day I'm gonna be like you, and I'm gonna have shirts like this.
I like that. I like that. The other side.
That's Chicago. Is that the Chicago boxing hat?
Oh yeah, Chicago Boxing Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this was the program.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I do programs on them. You know, I do program books up. Make sure I got the history of everything and all that, man. I had to send you one out, man.
And you got it in full color. Hey, man, come on now. Hey. Hey, you know, come on. That's
my brother, right? Hey, this is my brother I was telling you about, James. That's my brother on there.
Okay, yeah, I want to get your brother on my political show. So you know, yeah. You know, we all kind of look alike in the top of the head, though. I mean,
Hey Vince, your area code is 818.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm making sure that's you. Last two digits is 37.
Yep.
Okay.
That's Vince.
You gotta send me a picture of you with that shirt on. That shirt cold, man. I ain't even got
one. I got you, man. I'll send you one when I get off of here.
Yeah, I don't got one of them myself.
What? Oh man. Hey, wait. Well, check this out. I'll sell you one.
There you go.
I got the mind of Floyd, man. You got to know how to do business, baby.
Hey, man, I'll sell you one. You gonna sell me my own shirt?
He's like, man, no, you didn't.
Mumble, young man, rumble.
Hey, let's say I thought we was cool. Yeah, I thought we was good, man.
Yeah.
No, but man. I'm gonna take that picture after I get off the phone. But I can show you where I got it from.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember where you got it from last time. Yeah.
You just ain't got one of these though.
No, I don't. No, it's a young man who actually runs the website, and so I do get a cut from it, but you know, he came with the design, and the design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that's
I like these. I like this one. Yeah. Because that's you, man. That's you right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the cold part about it. That's you.
I remember raising my hand up. I think that's when I beat Bravo at the Staples Center.
Yeah,
that's the Staples Center fight. Yeah, that was a big one. I did the dedication to my sister. I won that fight. To my sister. Yep.
I remember you talking about that last time too. Hey, you know what's cool too? You notice that you yoked on there, man. You see that 6-pack?
Oh man, it's still there.
They even show the 6-pack, man.
Say that this is not this ain't alcohol. This ain't this ain't a beer, this ain't a 4-piece. No alcohol, with no alcohol in it.
Right, with no alcohol.
No alcohol.
Six-pack of water, huh?
6-pack of water. Clean. You hear me? Mean like a mean machine. That's right.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Bro. Yeah. Yep. All is well, man.
But yeah, man. Yeah, hey, K9, we got to connect. I was hoping I could have got you and your wife up, man. Man, that would have been beautiful. But hopefully I can get you to come out for the next event I'm going to have next year.
This ahead of time. With this one, it was kind of harder. You know, with I got a newborn baby. My baby's only one, so
you got a newborn. I didn't know that.
He 1 year old, so we still ain't moving around a lot with him. You know, trying to keep them away from people and all that. You know.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh man, congratulations, man. Shoot, I didn't even know. I didn't even know, man. I still got grandkids coming out, man. Yeah. Hey, that's all I'm dealing with. Grandkids.
Yeah, grandkids is the best. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All you have to do is be granddad, and you don't have to worry about because you already the man. So you fill them up with sugar and give them each $5 and send them home, and
I was gonna say that. You just go ahead, punch in the clock.
Yeah.
When your shift over with, you can clock out.
Yeah,
man. That overtime is a mother, boy.
Hey, boy, hey,
I'm telling that overtime is something else, man.
Vince, before we get to Canine's Corner, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social media, what you got coming up, and most of all, when you bringing your butt back out here in California, man. What's up?
Oh man, I was planning on being back there. I was supposed to been going today, but some stuff came up. Sometimes, man. Hey, look, like I said, K9, about when you get blessed, you gotta share them blessings, and a couple of the guys, after, we spoke about trying to help the fighters, and we're not trying to just help them in ways of having money just to give to them and then leave them on their own. No, it ain't like that. No, we trying to find programs that really help them for if they got mental illness or whatever the case may be, or if it's physical. And I got one of my guys out here. Matter of fact, it's Alfonso Ratliff. When he was fighting, he fought with bad arthritis.
Yeah.
And so he called me up, and he was at the event, but I seen that it was getting to him, and I never seen him looking like that. And I was like, man. So me and Lisa McCollum got together and, talking with her, and we working on some stuff to make sure he's taken care of. Because, they got that funding with the WBC. And so we working with him on that. So I'm going to have to end up being here tomorrow. So I'm planning on getting out here Friday or Saturday. So I got that. And then have another meeting with the guys about what we're going to have coming up for next year, which is going to be big, man. I'm going to let y'all know about it off the air. And it's going to be the blast, man. Okay. But you can always find me on Vince Rock Hudson on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can check our page at Chicago Boxing Brotherhood Incorporated, amateur and pro, past and present and future. Check us out. And for sure, man, it's always a pleasure, man, speaking with you fellas, man.
Yeah.
Y'all always give me an uplift, man, make me feel better about myself.
Oh, man.
Make me want to boss again.
That's good, bro.
Make me want to go get another shirt, man.
Oh, man. This time get off my website. You gotta get the
yeah. Right. There you go.
Good though. Hey, all love.
Yeah.
All love. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate you guys, man.
Right, send that picture.
Y'all stay blessed.
Hashtag Dawg Plus.
All right, man. I'll be in touch with you, man. I got to get one of them programs, man.
Oh yeah. No problem. Just shoot me the address and I'll send it out.
All right, Vince.
All right, champ.
Talk to you later, my brother.
Yeah.
Peace.
Man, cheers.
Well, hey, man, it's that time again. It's time for K9's Corner. What's going on, man? What's happening?
Oh, man, listen. At K9's Corner, I want to tell all the young people and the older people, plan B. Make sure you got a plan B, because a lot of fighters, a lot of people just in general, put all their eggs in a basket. And I feel like as a smart person, you should have a plan B. If you agree with me, James, say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so plan B. Thank God at the end of my career, I had a plan B because I didn't graduate from high school. Good thing I could fight. Thank God nobody killed me on the streets from beating them up. You know what I'm saying? But I had a plan B. Even after boxing, I could train people. So I train people. I invested in real estate. I can talk. You know what I'm saying? I got a podcast. So get a plan B or have a plan B because it's very important. You know, you can't just, you know, even the young ladies, you can't just live off looks for the rest of your life. You're not going to be the set chase for the rest of your life. A man ain't going to be trying to holler at you for the rest of your life. One day, you're going to get older. And that cute face that you have, it's not going to be as cute anymore. It's going to be a little wrinkled. You know, that
and
body.
holler going to take on a whole different meaning.
Absolutely. All I'm saying is plan B. Make sure you have a plan B. Did you have a plan B? You got a plan B. What was your plan B? Because you here, you know, you're doing good. I believe you're getting a check every month. What was your plan B? Did you have a plan B?
I actually didn't have a plan B. I intended to be a beautiful young corpse. You know, my whole plan in my life was to be on the other side of the law.
Okay.
And my plan B came about because of the 3-strike law. Okay.
Okay.
So my plan B was to never come back to prison no more. That was my plan B.
Okay.
My plan C was to find something that made sure that I didn't get back to plan B.
Okay.
So as you know,
wow.
but you never, you know, when believe, you know, and you know, when guys out there selling rocks on the corner or whatever they're doing, they're not thinking about tomorrow. They're thinking about today.
Exactly.
And that's what I thought about. I never thought about tomorrow because I never thought that tomorrow would come.
Yeah. Okay.
What really makes it, you know, important to make sure that you have a plan B is because you might live. And what you gonna do if you live? If you gonna be homeless? You gonna be out there, you know, pushing around, you know, a shopping cart from a grocery store? You gonna be sleeping under the bridge? You know, and you know, I don't care what they tell you about 3 hots in a cot in prison. No, that ain't the same. You know, so you know, no.
Plan B is very important.
So, you know, you don't want somebody, you know, to count you at 4 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, at 4 o'clock. You know, you don't want to have to be behind bars for somebody to know where you at. You know, so plan. So make sure, you know, like you say, make sure you have a plan B.
Yes,
because you might outlive plan A.
There you go.
You know, so that man upstairs, you know, he might have other plans for you. You might run out in front of the train, but all of a sudden the train stopped. You know, the next guy run out in front of the train run over his ass. So you know, hey, what happens if you live? Think about that. Think about that.
There you go. Yeah, that's real talk. You can find me, JK, and everybody that tuned in tonight. I'd like to thank our special guests that came in. You know, Melissa, Vince, of course, James, and myself. You can find me at K9 Boxing on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and you know, just where I'm at every Tuesday at K9 Boxing. Where can they find you at, JK?
Well, you can find me Tuesday right here on the Dog Pound, of course. Then, you know, if you wanted to listen to me talk, there's programs on Monday, programs on Thursday. We do a little something on the Google meeting on Fridays. And as of last week, we have our NFL prediction and fantasy football show on Saturdays. So you can catch me almost any day of the week on here. Just like we see K9 sticks to Instagram. You guys can catch me on Facebook. Yes. So yeah, just look up just put JEK3 in Facebook. You'll see me. And if you want to get take anything for our donations to Flint or Atlanta, check out my website, the political consciousness of West Coast Steeler fan. So you can check me out on the web also. We don't talk politics here, but we still have to live after, even after boxing. Yeah. We still need to pay the rent. Yeah. We still need to eat. Yeah. And we still need to find a way to educate our children. So, those things are, whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, do what's best for your kids. Yeah. If you can't do what's best for yourself, do what's best for the future generations. Yeah. Yep. There you have it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We see y'all next Tuesday on a Dawg Pound. All right. Good night, y'all. Good night, JK. All right, man. I'll holler at you later, man. Yeah. Have a good one.